Hello. Hello. Welcome to another Chart Reporter live trading stream where we're going to do some live trading and we're going to talk about what Chart Reporter is and how it can help potentially make you a better trader. Now, full disclaimer, this is not financial advice. There are no guarantees of performance by using Chart Reporter. Trading carries inherent risk and you may lose more than you win. So be careful when it comes to doing any kind of trading and putting real money on the line. Having said that, if you are journaling your trades, then you can monitor your performance, you can learn lessons, and maybe you can improve yourself. But that is up to you. And like I said, no guarantees of performance just because you use this product. Now, this is not an advice product that tells you what to do. This is not some magical being. This is simply something that really makes journaling simple. This is like simply journaling, making that simple. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we've been doing since we started these Chart Reporter live streams a couple weeks ago. Let's look at what Chart Report is. Let's look at what we're at. And if you've been following me at all, you will know we've been doing an alpha capital group competition, prop firm, no real money down. It's just one of their monthly competitions. So it's a good opportunity to jump in, no risk, and play with the tool. So let's see what's going on with my chart reporting now. Hey, let me just rearrange the windows on my desktop. The joys of a live stream. All right, let me squish this in so you can see it properly. That better. There we go. You can see it automatically resizing for different screen widths. We'll go there. We'll let that symbol suffix hang off the end there. Silver. Oh, silver. Anyway, we are in my ACG 100K comp. You know, if you have been following the channel, I've also got my flailing FTMO account that I'm trying to restore. That one's being lifted by, I've got an Algo trader that's doing pretty good on GBP USD the last week or so. So that started bringing that up. I can't take personal manual trading credit for that. But it is a strength of this platform in that it can bring things in that's being traded via a VPS. So I've got a cash account with a VPS with a trade copier and chart reporter. Super flexible to all account types. Even accounts like ACG, Alpha Capital do not allow you to use EAs, and they do not allow you to use external journals. So, Dave, how are you journaling in this amazing looking tool if they don't allow journals or EAs? It's because we use an EA, so their EA doesn't let you place trades, but you can still run monitoring EAs and other utility EAs because it's your computer, it's your desktop, it's your terminal. So we've built an EA that you run in your terminal. It listens to all the trading activity. It can see all the trades in your MetaTrader, and it synchronizes them in real time here into Chart Reporter, which is what you're looking at. And a great example here is this AUD USD that we took last week. We've logged it here. We gave it a strategy. We put some tags on it. The EA can even capture your screenshots straight out of MetaTrader. So here was my entry where I had my green and my pink lines for my previous day high and previous day low. And I was in Heikin Ashi candle mode. And I waited for the retest, the rejection off the previous day low, and a retest and two blue Heikin Ashi candles clear of the retest line. And then I entered. And then when I exited, I'd messed around. I'd been changing my charts around. I'd been looking at different views. So I ended up from the M15 onto the M5 chart. No Heikin Ashi candles. That's where we entered. That's what you saw there. And it went up and up and up and up. And then kind of went sideways. It didn't quite hit my target up here. Went sideways. And I didn't close it before market close on the weekend. And then this morning, market gap down. Fortunately, hit my stop loss there in the middle and rescued the trade. Now, since then, it has come back up, but I probably would have been able to get out at about the same level, even if my stop loss hadn't fired. So, not too bad. But yeah, that's the tool. That's how it works. And it means you've got capacity to come in, and we're measuring things like MFE, MAE. what did I plan? I planned an RRR of 2.43, but by the time it came down and closed, we only got 1.24. All these stats are in here. Like I said, the screenshots are visible here, your tags, everything built in. Now you can even, if we want, we can zoom in and look at these screenshots a little bit closer. Here we can see that bounce rejection, 2 blue candles clear, and it was nearly the end of the M15 candle. I got impatient and I hit go on that one. So this is Chart Reporter. Let's look at taking some live trades. I'm going to click this button here, which is going to pop out my dedicated feed. And we're going to share just my feed so I can keep that to the side of my MetaTrader, which I'll bring up in the center for you to see now. Now, I haven't been keeping an eye on the markets today because I've learned that this bouncing off the high or low is a bit of a strength for me because my statistics from journaling tell me that's been a strength for me. If I bring back Chart Reporter for a moment, because I've been tagging my trades, I can see compared to anything else I've done, PDH or bounce, as I've called it, has had much better results. Better than price action, higher high, lower lows. Better than just Heikin Ashi on itself. Better than trying to do M1 scalping, or draw a box and try to get the ranging in it. I had minimal success across 4 or 5 trades with these, but my 8 PDHL bounce trades so far, profit factor of 46 with a win rate of 87.5%. That's very high. I've certainly had some luck on my side there. But let's jump back into MetaTrader and do some trades. Let's see if there's some trades. It is a threat and a risk with doing live trading streams like this that I will overtrade because I need to trade part of, like, you can't see the tool if I don't do trades. So I will potentially overtrade. Again, why this is not trading advice. Do not copy these trades unless you have done your own research and decide they are good trades for you to do. So let's make sure that we're actually running Chart Reporter. At the moment, I've only got this one chart, this CAD JPY chart. Let's put my Chart Reporter EA on it. And that's it. I don't need to have algo trading turned on or anything. It just works. You can see down here in the experts tab, it went through and it found historical deals. So if you've been doing trades offline, if this is the first time you've ever run Chart Reporter, you can say 400 days back, I want a whole year of history. Bang, it will grab all those old trades. Obviously, you don't get screenshots if the app hasn't been running. The app has to be running. The chart has to be open. It will still capture closes and stuff, but not with screenshots because there's no screen for it to shoot. That is a caveat with the VPS as well. If you're running it on a VPS, the VPS is not running the chart in vision mode and you can't get screenshots off the VPS. So we're going to leave this here on CAD JPY. What I'm going to do, what I like to do is I try and find something I'm never going to trade, like USTX50. And I put Chart Reporter on that. And then I know I never need to come back. I'm not going to trade USTX50. I don't even know what that is. But I need Chart Reporter running somewhere out of the way. So I'm going to do that. And we're going to bring, what was that one that we were looking at? US, New Zealand CAD? I can't remember what we were looking at. Nope. Not that one. If only I could wind the stream back. Let's bring this up. Let's delete those Bollinger Bands. I'm going to keep Heikin Ashi. And I'm going to upgrade to my new version of Trade Projector. Yes, we like that. All right. This is my new risk sizing tool that I'm iterating and working on. It's not quite finished yet, but it gives me these beautiful sizing tools for thinking about my risk reward and sizing how many lots I need to be sizing. So this version, there we go, calculating 13 lots if I want to risk 1%, which I do not. we're risking 0.5 at the moment. No, this is the broken version. I'm just in the middle of fixing this at the moment before I jumped on the live stream. I forgot that I was in the middle of patching my new trade projector tool. Excellent. Now this will be on the MQL5 store shortly once I iron a few bugs out of it. As you can see, it's got a few bugs, but I want to provide this as a value add for people to have a nice, good, easy to use trade sizing tool. I have a new version of live television. You find all these things out. You think you're ready, and then you find out, oh no, I didn't do that. All right, let's grab this version and find my expert folder somewhere. I've got to go to the IDE. And then I can open the folder. You can't see the stuff. Sorry, you can't see all the things happening on my screen right now. But I'm just digging into the back end of my folders so I can hopefully copy across a newer version of this app. And oh yes, that's the newer version. A bit tighter, a bit narrower. Let's cut the footer off. But can I actually update my... Hey, no, I can't. It's still reverting back to 0.5. What a punish that my tool is not working properly. All right, we're going to have to go back to Chart Reporter V1. Not Chart Reporter V1. Trade Projector V1. For now. That's good. V1 works. That'll do. I don't even want to trade this chart now. Look, it's just in the middle. New Zealand CAD's not what I want. Euro USD. Let's start with the basics. Let's bring back that template for my Heikin Ashi with my Bollinger Bands. Don't really want the Bollinger Bands. I'm not doing Bollinger Band trading. I'm doing previous day high-low. And no, this one has not touched the line. It's kind of bailed before it got there. That one's nowhere near the line. Nowhere near the line. I might have to change strategies for today. Maybe I'm not going to do PDH or bounce because nothing is quite in that range. It's all rejected early. Oh, USD JPY. Oh, it's bouncing in the other direction. It's now had had two full candles. So we just had our second Heikin Ashi candle, big candles close after a break and retest. So let's enter on this one. So we're going to go 0.5%. Let's just move my risk line below that tail. And that's about 4 lots that we want. Now, where is our target going to be? Yeah, about there. That's a 1-for-1 risk reward. Let's go up before it collapsed. Let's go there. And I can't use the CA to trade because it's alpha. If I said buy, auto trading disabled by client, that's me. If I turn algo trading on, try again, it just will not let you auto trade on alpha. You haven't ticked all the boxes, Dave. Okay, tick all the boxes, turn all the algo trading on. Make sure the hat's blue. There we go, hat's blue. Disabled by server. See, auto trading disabled everywhere. Just to show you this is real. Auto trading is disabled everywhere. Let's turn algo trading off. The hat is gray again. USDX still has chart reporter sitting there. Gray. USD JPY is here. We are going to one touch trade, 4 lots, and we are going to buy. And look at that in the top right corner there. USD JPY Pro has appeared in real time. And you'll notice here on the bottom corner, it says RRR 0.00. That's because we haven't set a risk. We've just entered a trade. There's no set risk percentage. We've got no stop loss. As soon as I drag my stop loss down to where we projected it, and set that stop loss. That will send the signal through to Chart Reporter. We need to then set our take profit as well. And you might have noticed it pop up there now, 3.29. Now that it's got a stop loss and a take profit, now it knows what we're targeting, what our risk versus reward ratio is. Our RRR is 3.29 for this trade. So let's log this properly. Let's make this so you can see the bit I'm in. USD JPY Pro there. You can see there's the RRR 3.29 that's popped in. And we're going to call this, it's a PDH or bounce, but it's not a reversion, it's a breakout. We're going to call this Breakout, M15, Heikin Ashi. And I'm doing it while I'm streaming. I like to tag trades taken while streaming specifically. See how badly this affects my performance, whether I perform better on or off the stream. And we'll say break and retest of PDH. Yes, that's what we're going to put. You can put as much as you little, and view mission evidence. There you go. This is exactly what you saw, and you can still see there on the right corner. There's a screenshot. Bang. Complete with the timer, with all my components, with my trade report, with my trade projector, risk lines there, my green PDHL indicator line, all there capturing the evidence. That's how you log a trade in Trade Reporter. Even though algo trading is turned off, even though you can't use bots, even though you can't connect a journal to this particular trading firm, yes, you can. Incredible, right? So now that's captured. Now that's tagged. Now that's cataloged. And I can, once it closes, it will join the statistics and tell me what is going on. Down the bottom here, you might notice it says sent event modify, sent event modify. That is because it's a bit crammed there in this mode. This page isn't really built for this mode, but here we go. Event timeline, event open, event modify when we set the stop loss, event modify when we sent through the take profit. So Chart Reporter is capturing all the changes you make. So one of the stats we're building at the moment in the Chart Reporter is to look at how often you move your stop loss and take profits and how that affects your trading performance. All that data we can capture in real time here with Chart Reporter. It's amazing. Amazing. So we've got a trade in on USD JPY, and we hope it's going to keep going up and restore, which often when something dagger falls like that, it does retrace up to that level. Now, this is clearly a point of support and resistance, the previous day high, but it looks like it's trying to bounce off that. So we're possibly entering early. Arguably, you'd say it should break out of this box and say this is probably a bit of a danger zone. You really want to breaking out of this box first, but we're going for the early entry, which means we can keep our risk, our stop loss tighter and have a higher RRR. So that's what we're doing on this one. So we're going to delete that box. Now we'll keep that zoomed in to keep an eye on it. And we will move on looking for a new thing to trade. We got that far. I see this one's similar. It's climbing though. It hasn't had that big drop. I had a big drop days ago. Now it's slowly, it's just ranging. It's kind of slowly creeping up. Like on a price action, we are starting to get higher highs. That's a lower low. They both kept tipping down onto this previous day low, but now it's trying to break out. We're not going to trade that. It's not strong enough. It's not clear enough for me. This one, we've kind of missed the bounce off the previous day low. It didn't retest. It just bounced and sprung. That's going to happen. You can't catch everything. This one dropped this morning. It gapped, but has not really done anything since. It's just ranging. Maybe it's waiting for the New York Open. Similar with that one. CAD JPY. Wow, I had a big fall yesterday. And look, it's fully retraced. That's what we're predicting with the USD JPY. This one happened with CAD JPY, where it dagger fell. And if we look at this profile, very similar, although it happened a few days earlier on the 6th. And then it's slowly been creeping its way back up. So we had bang. With this actually, sorry, I had the bigger dagger fall back then on the 6th. Yeah, so that's like the USD JPY. It smashed down on the 6th and it's creeping its way back up. And this one had a second collapse on Friday. Let's try and do something derivative, not another yen pair. Here we go. Euro New Zealand. This could be matching my profile. Let's throw some Heikin Ashi candles on this one. And it broke and got rejected straight away. Tried to break, got rejected straight away. It broke, it's retested. If in 5 minutes time, this is a solid blue candle that doesn't touch the green line, that meets my entry criteria for today. So we're going to try that. Where would you target on that one? Again, what happened back here on the 6th of May? Everything fell. So we're going to predict that it's going to come back up around that range somewhere. If I want to drop my planning tool on here, I would say that might come up to about there, a little bit conservatively. And yeah, we would probably keep it just below that line there. 0.5%. All right. So that would be an RRR of 6.46. That'd be all right, wouldn't it? 500 on the line to maybe make 2,800. That's a spicy meatball. In 4 minutes' time, we'll know whether we're entering that trade. I would like it to be a stronger blue candle than having that big tail on top. Heikin Ashi candles are a bit weird compared to regular candles. See, it looks like it's an upward trending candle, but the real candle beneath is actually a red candle. Got to be careful with Heikin Ashi. It is good for seeing the trend, but it's not perfect. We'll give it a red hot go though. It's interesting, like you see these red ones here where they're all kind of doge candles. They're doji candles, whereas the traditional candles, like they are still kind of pinwheels, but they've got a bit more body on them. But in doji land, where it takes the midpoint and then the end point, you see they kind of level out a bit more. All right, we'll come back to this in 3 minutes' time. Let's have a look. Ooh, this is spicy. I like this one. Like I've kind of missed the boat almost, but not entirely. It's broken. I have, look, because it's the first one. This is a second break and retest. Breaks my rule. If I'd got in there, I would have been able to get that punt. Didn't go as high as I probably would have anticipated. Yeah, it went for the modest retrace. Hasn't gone for the big retrace yet. Now it might, but it might just be ranging. It might just keep bouncing off this line. So I don't like that one enough. Oh, here's another good one where we're about to get our second blue candle. It broke, it retested, and now that first candle is almost a qualifying candle for my system. And so then you get two more after it. They're not super strong candles, but then where would we be retargeting? See, this is going back to April before we had this big lift. There's not much left in this. It might come up to here, but really it's been struggling to break through this line. So I'm not as sure on this one because that RR is 0.79. The risk would come up for sure. But It's not great. 1.5. Nah, we don't like it. 1 minute left. Oh, this one. We missed it. We've had 2 big red candles. Oh, we could. This is borderline. This is borderline for me. I don't love it, but I don't actually hate it either. Because it could have good RR on it. Could easy money. 1.84. So it's not the best maths in the world, but this is retracing a little bit. That's normal. Look, it normally comes down, up, down. Oh, it's not great. I got to be honest. It's not my favorite setup of all time, but it could be okay. Let's go back and look at that other one that I liked, the Euro New Zealand. How's my USD JPY doing? Not great. It's not strong enough. Like I wanted a strong blue candle. Those are both weak blue candles. The USD JPY at least had strong candles. It's having a little pullback now, but these are weak. If I get a good solid blue, I'll enter on this one, but not like that. This one's definitely just having a bit of a flag moment. Yes. I don't know about this one. I feel like if I'd got in straight away, yes, it would still be retracing and going backwards, but yeah, the R's aren't there for me on that one. All right. Oh, look at this one. We had a break, touch, break, retest, break, retest. So it's breaking and retesting too many times. It's bouncing on the line. It's not a strong play for me. Whereas this one, it's too late. I've missed that window. Similarly with this one. What's GJ got going on? Oh, so GJ is just coming to the party. Yet again, there's no real close retrace spot where I think it would target, which I don't like. I want a higher sort of supply zone or demand zone. I get supply and demand mixed up. USD SGD. No, that's nowhere near the previous day low. Australian, Canadian, that's just in the middle. None of these are doing great things for me. USD CAD. What is that doing? That's just in the middle. Pound franc. It's just struggling. Yes, this is coming back down again. Didn't escape. Couldn't reach escape velocity. Oh, this is interesting. The thing I said I wouldn't trade. Actually, I wouldn't. It's already had its turn. Break, retest. Now it's breaking again. That one would not have gone my way. This PDH bounce strategy is not perfect, but it's not bad. It's been good so far. Doesn't mean it's always good. Ooh, this one's interesting. Because this one has fallen twice. And bouncing off that line again. It's tried and it fell. It's trying and it fell. This could be very spicy. It just feels like, can you get lucky? That's what this one feels like. This feels like just like go for the lucky punt. Just put a quarter on it because it's going to have such a huge RRR anyway. 2.5 grand again for 250 at risk. 3.3 lots. Let's do that. And we'll log it. We'll be really honest about why we entered this one, what it was. GBSGD. We're going to call this a PDHL bounce. We're going to call it a reversion on the M15 with our Heikin Ashis. And we're going to say long shot. And that's it. Okay, this one. Price has been a falling dagger a few times, rejecting from this PDH level. All right. That's why we did it. Logged. I have not set my risk and reward yet. That's lucky. See, the tool told me 0.00. It's like you haven't set your risk thresholds yet, Dave. Oh, okay. Let me do that. 10.3 RRR. Oh my goodness. That is phenomenal. If it goes through, which, you know, like I said, it's a long shot. 10 to 1. That is a long shot. Oh no, I didn't start my session. Start session. Okay. We are now officially starting the trading session with the countdown time. Good news with that trading session that I just started there, and the top that you can see is now 13 seconds in. When I close out my session, can retro change the start time back to when I actually started the stream 30 minutes ago. So 7:50 p.m. local time, which means I started at 7:20. So I need to make sure when I close out my session that I put the start time as 7:20. This is only a quick stream. I've been going for half an hour. We'll go for another 20 minutes or so. See whether we can get any results. These are probably longer term trades that aren't going to close during the stream. All right, let's go back to that Euro. What was it? Euro New Zealand? That was messing with me earlier. It's not going to give me that strong blue candle, is it? If this shot up and gave me a strong blue, I would enter it. Because there's target zone there, which would be about a 1 to 5 RR. That's pretty good. But I need to see some commitment from it that it's breaking away from that level. What else is happening? Which other markets? Let's look at the exotics. Let's look at the gold and the silver. Let's do that. Silver is just meandering. It had a run at the start of the month. Especially from sort of last week, from the 5th. Bang. But now it's leveled out a bit. Is it going to revert or will it keep going? It's kind of a bit of a previous high level. It is likely that it will drop again, but not guaranteed. Obviously, it's been higher in the past. What about gold? Gold is a similar story. Been on a bit of a run. It's hitting this level, which it seems to generally have bounced back from. It did have a little foray down here. I'm just wondering, given this is a prop firm challenge, whether I just sort of put on a small amount with like a huge target with plenty of like, I was going to plan this out and I'll use the new, even though I can't lot size with this one, just a bit more visual to see for the target areas. Like what if I wanted to bring that all the way, what if I wanted 1% on it? I wanted to bring that all the way down to there. And then we said on the take profit side, we want that all the way up there. All right, so I would need to be risking only 0.03 lots. 0.03 lots would be 1%. Which would only 1.5 R. That's not helpful. You need to put like more on, but I can't with this tool. I just wanted to show you the shading. Pretty cool. Watch this tool. Next stream we'll have that fixed. But for now, we will come back into the old tool. All right, so if I said, what if I wanted to go below there, below those last places I was entered in the wrong direction, and wanted to try and go all the way up to there, and I only wanted to be a 0.25%. All right, that's a lot of risk for barely $1,000. Well, it's only $250 of risk, but it doesn't feel like it's really going to go anywhere. Like if I because 0.02 lots, it's such a tiny amount. I kind of need to run a tight stop and then just hope it runs. If I want to try and do, the swing for the fences metals strategy. I don't see that working, unfortunately. I mean, gold's... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Got any suggestions? Stick them in the chat. Oh, my USD JPY has decided to pop it a profit. Thank you very much. Doing as it should. Following my blue lines. It's not a lot of profit, but it's a start. It does need to break through this section at the top here. That would be good. And it's fallen down again. It's going to happen. All right, what do we say? We're looking at UK oil. It gapped up this morning, didn't it? We're in the H4 now. Let's go back to the M15. It gapped massively this morning. It's retraced, but it's likely that oil prices are back on the up and up. So, given it's bouncing off that, given that oil prices could be up here, 16 lots. What if I just go half of that? 8 lots is risking 500 for 8,000. I think we'll do that. How many lots? 7.9. Have I got enough room in this account to buy 8 lots? Yes, I do. Thank you, leverage. And we're dragging all the way up there. All right. Again, this is the night for it. Monday night. Monday night's here to party. We're going to say this is a PDH or bounce. It's not even a Heikin Ashi. This is just macro. I'm going with the macro markets. Oil's going up. Quickie. I did really overthink it. That's a streaming one on the M15. And it's a long shot. Did I put streaming on my GBP one? I did not. Let's add streaming while I'm here. And oil has gapped up and is respecting PDH resist support line. PDH as support. So shooting for previous high. With a tight stop. There's a lot of logging, but I might look at this in the cold light of day and be like, what was I thinking? That's all captured. As is the mission evidence, there is the chart, there is the entry, there is all the indicators. Isn't it grand? What a thing to behold. I love this tool. I love being able to track my trades. RRR 14.49. 14.49. That's marvelous. Just marvelous. This is Chart Reporter. This is how it works. You go in and you trade like you would always trade. You make trading decisions and you trade them, and then you very quickly can journal and log those decisions. So let's jump back into the app to talk about some of that. Here's my strategy. Here's my session. So you can see my sessions. I had a bad session. I had a good session. I had a bad session. I had a good session, especially from a win rate point of view. That went really, really well. So I can see when Thursday was particularly good. Let me make sure I'm on my own local time. There we go. The hours will switch around. So you can run at your broker's time. You can run at UTC time. You can run at local time. That's more useful for me. So the wee early hours of Friday, we closed some stuff. That was the Thursday night stream. And that one went pretty well. Actually, that was Friday during the day. A couple of deals I closed off pretty well. Anyway, you can see what you're doing, your win rate, your P&L by hour, by day, all your different symbols and your performance, both from a win rate and a P&L point of view, and the volume of them, obviously by the size. Here's all my tags. I can see, by frequency, win rate, P&L, which ones are green, which ones are red. Quickies generally haven't gone too well for me. Streaming's okay. Running trailing stops and having no take profits has been bad for me. So no trailing stops, no take profits. I'm setting those high targets tonight, and we will see what we will see. On the win percentage, streaming hasn't always been positive. Like I said, some of my big wins last week were not while I was doing this, not while I was talking to a camera. But here's all my different strategies I've been tagging things with. I can see them on a chart. I can see my longs have been going better than my shorts. Lots of different stats here. Overall stats, specific stats per strategy. So if I want to know about my PDH or bounce, specifically, I can click and filter it on the other board, or I can come in here and see it specifically just on this board and compare my different stats. I can see my tags and dig in deeper on tags. So if I go the Heikin Ashi tag, how has that gone with me so far? Which trades did I log Heikin Ashi on? So I can dig in and read them. And on the sessions as well. Here we are live in our session that I turned on 11 minutes ago, but we can click in and see the performance curve of each of these sessions as well. Keeping in mind that's what we logged during that session. That's when we started the trade, not necessarily when we close the trade. We filter these sessions from when you entered the trade, because obviously you some of these trades might sit there for hours, if not days. And again, there's the trade list at the bottom all the time. So yeah, this is the depth of reporting you can get here in Chart Reporter. You'll notice here on the execution stream, we do not show you the live P&L. We could be polling and just frequently sending heartbeats from MetaTrader into here, but we want you to remember this is not your trade execution tool. This is your trade journaling, monitoring, and performance reporting tool. Once deals close, of course, then we'll show you the wins and the losses here in this feed, but we don't show you open trade details. If you want that, go back to your MetaTrader terminal. That is where you execute and control your trades from, not from in here. But at the moment, we're doing pretty well. We're on a 7-win streak. I have a bad feeling that tonight, with these 3 trades that I'll put on, we might be bringing that to an end. But we'll see. We shall see. My maximum drawdown was $1,900, but we recovered that in less than a day. Best symbol, best strategy, best session. And going, oh, I can't read that properly, Dave. Well, you could resize that component if you want a different view. That is fine. You're allowed to do that. And if you're on the sovereign tier plan, you can save your own custom page layouts. If you're not, then it will restore, but you can always just drag it back out again whenever you like. Let's take one last look at those trades in progress, see how they're sitting before we wrap up for this evening's stream. And they're all in blue. That's nice. They've all decided to head in the right direction. That's a very friendly way to end this stream. Obviously, it's early days, like when we are dealing with such things. If I put my Heikin Ashi candles on oil, it's blue. It's blue. Like, it's actually probably almost the optimal entry given what's happening, as long as it continues to go up. So it gapped, spiked up, it's respected this line, and I'm hoping it continues to respect that line. We've got a little bit of breathing room here with our stop loss. So let's see what happens with oil. We didn't end up trade. Oh, this one finally gave me some blue candles that I like. Oh, we are going to put a sneaky 0.5% on the Euro New Zealand dollar, because we've been looking at that one all night. It's finally getting some confidence in its blue candles. So where is my stop loss line? Where are my lines? Oh, there it is. It's on the PDH. It's buried in the green there. I see. That's probably about right then. Calculate how many lots do we need? 6. 6. I'll put 5 on. All right. 5 on. Let's drag my risk down. Oh, no. Because we're trying to capture what you plan versus what you achieve, the first thing you set is kind of where we lock in that value. So my RRR on this one might be screwed now because my terminal glitched and dropped my stop loss in the wrong spot. So, yeah, it's only showing 1.1 instead of 3 because the risk initially dropped so far down. And because we are going for, capturing what actually happened, not what you wanted to remember happened, we can't change that. That is what happened. That is the timeline. That is immutable. We are stuck with that now. So unfortunately, we can put that in the notes. This is another PDH or bounce. So you can do it here from the trade detail page. We can go and add the tags, add the narrative, do all those sorts of things. It's just generally, you can barely see that because I'm sharing the wrong tab. Just generally easier to do it straight from the execution feed. So we didn't save it in the other one. PDH or bounce. This is a quickie. Streaming, Heikin Ashi, continuation, breakout. What am I calling it? I called it breakout, didn't I? Not continuation, not reversion. I forgot to put breakout on the oil one, didn't I? Breakout. It's easy. Just put on there. Yeah. Brilliant. That's enough. I don't need to put notes on everything. You can. It's up to you. You've seen how notes work. If that's helpful for you to remember when you do your own review of the different sessions, because you might, after a session, let's wrap up this session now, you might want to come in and review your session, look at all the individual trades, and go through your analysis like that. And you can do that. We are going to stop this now. I'm going to say that the session actually started at 7:20. I'm going to call this ACG 100K comp. What is this, stream 5? Stream 5 of the ACG 100K comp. Monday evening. End of the session. And we're not going to see any stats in here because nothing's closed. Nothing's closed. Everything's still open. We can see we've got 4 trades open. All right, come down here. Here's all the tags we used. And here's all the trades in progress. So like I said, at the end of the trading session, you might want to come in here and go, okay, what was happening with this one? Come to the full report. Obviously, the trade's still open. So all these stats are unresolved. Look at your screenshot. Zoom in. Remember what happened. All of that is here. What did I do? Did I change my stop losses? No, I set it and that was it. Now, a tool like I'm using, and maybe you do use a trade sizing tool, like my trade projector one that I've been building. If you drop the trade on, or if you use the full order console inside MetaTrader rather than doing the one-click trading, if you come in here and say, I want to put a new order in, and you set your stop losses and your take profits in here, then that will set automatically too. So you can drop that in, and when you do that, that will bang, bang, set that RRR straight away. So you can trade from here, and it's nice that you can't see the MetaTrader panel popping up. MetaTrader's upgraded their panel, but if you can place a trade with your stop loss and take profit, they will set that initial value and set your RRR off that, whether that's using a third-party trade sizing tool or the built-in MetaTrader ordering panel. But on that, UK oil's turned against me. Oh no. It was a long shot. Decided it's just testing that line again. Oh, it says tested it, but it's bounced off. Anyway, UK oil was a long shot. Low risk, high reward opportunity. We thought we'd take it. If you want to see how these trades pan out, follow us on X, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Twitch, wherever you're watching us, and keep your eye out for when we go live again or when we post updates on platforms like X. Thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure. Exciting night. I don't know what's going to happen with these couple of long shots. It's a bit quiet. London session on a Monday. They've had elections on the weekend or late last week, or who knows what's going on in London. And New York is still asleep. So let's see what happens with the markets. Let's see what New York does. And in the meantime, I'm going to go and do some family time because it's only 8 p.m. It's nice doing these, not at 1 a.m. Really nice. Thank you for joining me. If you have any questions about Chart Reporter, just go to chartreporter.com. And from there, you can get your free account. There's an always free version that just gives you 3 days of journaling history. But when you sign up for your free account, you will get a 7-day trial for a limited time, maybe forever. 7-day is actually at full sovereign status, which gives you unlimited history, gives you the ability to save those custom page layouts. You only keep that at that tier. If you roll back, you can lose your custom page layout, sorry. And MCP integration, which is really cool. You can plug Claude or Codex or something into your trading history and assess and analyze it using your own AI. So that one is super cool. I use that all the time. Very, very handy, great way of breaking down and getting insights into your trades. So on that, chartreporter.com, check it out, and happy trading. May all your trades be profitable ones, and have a good night or a good day, whatever it is.